Hey everyone. Um, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is not a video game video, as you can see. Um, this is my high school art portfolio, and I'm gonna be like showcasing it. I kind of found it in the archives, and I ran out of ideas of what videos to make. So let's get right into it. So as you can see, it's Barkazi art portfolio. And I did this, I believe, my junior year of high school. I'm in college now, so it's like a couple years ago. And shout out to my art teacher, Robert. He taught me a lot of stuff. And it was like an art studio class. And it was very interesting. All right, so starting off with the quote. Art is not what you see, but what you make others see, by Edgar Degas. And if you don't know, he was like a famous late, I believe, 19th century French impressionist artist. And he was known for like depicting paintings, sculpture, movements, all that stuff. And yeah, uh, I don't know why I chose him, to be honest. I just like, it's like what, you know, art is not what you see, but what you make others see. So, you're showcasing your art to other different audiences, people with different backgrounds, cultural diffusion. So it's not like one dimensional, it's like multi-dimensional. Other people can see the art and interpret it in different ways. And so next, uh, is my this was the theme, like my thesis. So like as you see the images along the way, they'll depict personal art and thematic topic of conflict between man and machine. So that was kind of like the genre, like the area I was focusing on. And my artwork explores the conflict between human beings and machine. As technology advances in the present day, many people have been experiencing problems with it, and machines are becoming corrupt. All the movies I've seen, like The Matrix, explore the conflict between human and machines as their inevitable clash. It's important to society to recognize the threat and address the situation because technology around us, as we become less connected with humanity and as human beings, we should change that. So I wrote this in 11th grade, and if you look now, present day 2026, we have like different AI models. We have like Chat GPT, Gemini. Like AI is like at the tip of our fingers. We have like all these AI assistants, and AI is in our phone. It's everywhere you go. So I guess, did I predict it? I mean, no, not really. But I mean, anyways, yeah. So building on Degas' concept, my 11th grade art portfolio explores a modern present conflict, humanity versus technology. And if you look right here, this is a linoleum art sketching. And yeah. Uh, so like to go over the process, how we did this. So like in our class, like this is all like raw material. We started off like sketching these drawings in our sketchbooks, and then we traced the design with like charcoal, transferring it onto like a glass plate using a special pen, and then we ran it through a printing press. And our art teacher Robert, he helped us a lot with that. And this first painting over here, I got inspiration from that from, it was like an animated TV show called Wallace and Gromit. I don't know what episode it was. I think it was the famous episode A Grand Day Out, and it was basically in that episode Wallace and Gromit, they go to space or something to get like cheese. And this dude, this it's like a what is it called? It's called like a cooker machine or something, like a dishwasher or something, or like a half oven or something. And it was I think Wallace he put like a quarter in it or something, and like it turned on. So like this cooker, right? It represents like unintended machine consciousness and like artificial duty. And on the moon, it has like a vending machine concept, and it symbolizes how technology is like programmed to be like emotionless. But like in the episode, if you watched it, this robot actually depicts human feeling, and I think he wanted to achieve his goal of going skiing in the moon. So yeah, and then next over here, this I kind of combined two different things. So like this skull symbol, um, I think it's from. I'm pretty sure I got it from Death Note. Like it was like one of those symbols from the anime TV shows. So yeah, I was inspired by like, and over here, this person, this figure, that was inspired from Keith Haring, and yeah, the Shinigami Ryuk theme from Death Note with the X, and yeah, and Keith Haring, he has like a bold style of like explores social issues and human vulnerability, and I kind of combined uh the human figure holding up like the skull figure to show like industrialization and technology decay, and show symbolizes like humanity trapped under the mechanism of mortality and human control. And then over here, it's like I did a linoleum queen bee over here. I don't know why I did that, honestly, but I guess it represents symbolically like the natural order, productivity, like organic balance. Uh, yeah, like bees. They have like a very important role in human nature. Uh, they transport pollen everywhere. That's like responsible for like 70% of the growth of like fruit and vegetables. So I guess this like placed in the theme of like machine, it kind of gives like a contrast to show like nature also has like its own system before technology. It's like a and over here, this is like an owl linoleum. I guess I don't know why I did that, but I guess it symbolizes like wisdom, like human nature, like organic process, stuff like that. And yeah, this big one, I took a picture of all of these before like I uploaded them. And yeah, I don't have access to these anymore, like the physical copies. So like these are all like digital copies. Like we had to like publish on like Google sites. So yeah, this was yeah. So I'm pretty sure for this one I did it with charcoal first, and then painted over it. But yeah, it's basically Keith Haring inspired. Uh, yeah, basically did it by hand, and it shows a human figure holding a computer monitor, and yeah, has a bold X on the background. He's wearing a tie, and that symbolizes corporate life. The tie represents a modern worker, and corporate life. It represents like overwhelming technological overload and like loss of identity. And then like this X figure shows like a disconnection. Humans, rely on machines a lot, and it can obscure our personal humanity and critical thinking. And yeah, that's what I did for that part. Moving along to the next segment, we had to do 5 drawings. I did probably more. I did 7, I guess. I guess only 5 of them make sense in this context. So over here, um, this is like a half human, half deer figure, and I got inspiration from that actually from a regular show. That episode? It was like camping can be cool, and like Mordecai and Rigby they go camping with like Margaret and Eileen, and yeah, there was like this dude, the half deer, half man. Like, he wanted them out because like they were like destroying, I guess, his home. And it symbolizes, I guess, it symbolizes, human nature. It has a dark side. And, if you disrupt the natural order of things, I guess he was like the protector. And I guess like Mordecai and Eileen and all of them, they were like breaking like sticks and trees and stuff like that. So it shows like, they were kind of like polluting his home. This was a cassette tape that also represents Man and Machine, and that was also inspired from regular show. JG Quintel, shout out to him. And yeah, it represents. Oh yeah, the song was like "Summertime Summit," "Summertime Loving" or something. And yeah, in that episode, Rigby gets a song stuck in his head. Like the entire gang has to like play a new song to like get rid of it, and it represents technological brain worms and like nostalgic obsession, and it was like a mental trap for Rigby, and it shows how like media can like hijack our thoughts and lock us into like unproductive loops. This was also inspired from another show. It was like a 1980s telephone. This was inspired from the episode Prank Callers, and yeah, like Mordecai Rigby, they like kept prank calling the master prank caller, and yeah, it also represents Man Machine. It shows like old communication technology coming to life to like trap us in the past. Like Mordecai Rigby, they got sent through time. Like they were in like the 18th, 19th century. So it symbolizes like juvenile habits, how technology can freeze us in time rather than move us forward. This was Charlie Chaplin Factory, Man and Machine. And yeah, this was like a Charlie Chaplin, 1936. What is it called? I don't know exactly what, but yeah. It symbolizes, industrial gears. It symbolizes 19th century industrialization. Mass production, turning human beings into like machines. Cause like back then, the factory workers would like work 16, almost an entire day. They would get no break. So like shows like a lot of people, being put to work, a lot of manual labor, and yeah. This was also represents Man and Machine. It's like time. The first one, sorry, this one I'm pretty sure is from regular show Father Time, and that symbolizes mechanical clocks. He's like a timekeeper, and yeah, I think regular show Mordecai that one time he had to like travel through time, and then yeah, to undo his mistake he did with Rigby, and then in the regular show movie Rigby was with Father Time, and he was basically telling him he needed to apologize to Mordecai for what he did, and yeah, pretty sure I did that. Got inspiration from that. And then over here, this is a knight in armor. I don't know why I wrote the Great Kazi, but yeah, I guess that's inspiration from Ben 10, like the Forever Knights, stuff like that. It shows medieval armor fused with like mechanical aestheticness. I didn't really color. I didn't have time to color anything. This is all from like pencil. I guess armor was early technology designed to protect the human body back then, but like as metal plates encase the human inside, it acts like a shell that like isolates us from our own vulnerability and raw humanity. And this is a vending machine dude. This is also inspired from regular show. That's Gene from regular show. If you don't know him, he's like a park rival manager. And yeah, he symbolizes, corporate coldness. And, he was basically like Benson's like arch nemesis. And, it's funny that he's a vending machine, and then Gumball. I mean, and Benson is like a gumball machine, so like that's a contrast, you know. Vending machines symbolize like it's like dispenses like prepackaged goods, so like it symbolizes like a sterile, management of human behavior. And yeah, also got for this one. I got influence from I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's French. Datus Hannah Hodge influence, and yeah, stuff like that, pop culture. And then moving right along to the final sculpture. Yeah, this is, as you saw, the half deer, half man from regular show. This was it. Um, yeah, it's not my best artwork, but um, yeah. So start off from the sketch, and then we used a lot of cardboard, to sculpt, and then we used like paper mache, paper glue, water. It was kind of inspired. We also watched the movie Coco, so we got inspiration from like alebrijes, and like the entire class they were like making their own like alebrijes. Like some people were doing like a half tiger, half sentinel, half lion or something. So yeah, and then I colored it. I did like a little tie, little pocket. He has like an arrow over here. It's like a deer, um, half man. He's holding like a little arrowhead, and he's standing. So yeah, I guess the symbolism shows, you know, I guess the duality of human nature, and yeah, the duality of internal conflict and human tries to adapt to a digitized, machine-driven world, and yeah, that was that. And then my final thesis art piece, I didn't finish it. I ran out of time. But yeah, this was supposed to be the cassette tape dude. And yeah, we were using like charcoal to do this. I ran out of time. But yeah, I regret that. Uh, I think I spent a lot of time in art class talking. I should have been more focused. But I mean, I still got a good grade. Uh, yeah, this was supposed to capture the man and machine thing. And yeah, moving next to my personal art. This represents like a whole, like a lot of different themes. So like I did like 16 drawings from my sketchbook. I don't have my sketchbook. I probably lost it. But yeah, these represent a lot of different themes. So this is like a prisoner, and I guess it represents confinement. Like this person is trying to like break through the chains, so they're trying to escape. And this is like a war soldier. I don't know what era this is, but yeah, I drew it. Again, it represents like dystopian society, war, a lot of like conflict. This is like Deathstroke. If you don't know him, he's like a famous DC villain. And yeah, symbolizes the cold nature. He has like the mask on. He's like a anti-hero. He hides behind a mask. And yeah, this was from one of my favorite movies, Spirited Away. Shout out to Studio Ghibli. One of my favorite films. Our art teacher Robert actually showed us this movie, and I actually watched Spirited Away probably like 3-4 times. I try to watch it once every year, but yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is No Face. If you don't know him, he's like a spirit, and he symbolizes like identity, loss, greed, and consumerism. And No Face, like he was trying to help San, but along the way, he became corrupted. He absorbs like a negative energy. Like he consumes people, by like uh he tests a person like by giving them gold or like inanimate objects to like test them. And then I guess yeah, he consumed like the frog dude and the hotel guest when he was at the bathhouse. And then he started chasing Sen. Like that was like a crazy scene. And then he became normal again when Sen put the little like black stone and then made him like regurgitate everything. But yeah, he was one of my favorite characters. It's very cool. This is a half Spider-Man, half Venom, and split contrast. It represents Peter Parker's oh yeah, there's a new movie right now, Spider-Man, Brand New Day. I haven't watched it, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, it represents this is kind of from like Tobey Maguire perspective. I'm a Andrew Garfield fan. I like all of them. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. I think I'm pretty sure Andrew Garfield's my favorite. Yeah, that was like Amazing Spider-Man. Hear me out. That was probably. I'm sorry, but I have to rank them higher. Like I just think the Andrew Garfield movie was better. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, and represents the internal psychological battle between moral discipline and Toby. He was corrupted by the loss of his uncle Ben, and Venom took over, and then he had that like 50-50. He had like evilness and good, so like again duality of human nature. This is a man versus machine again. This is Neo from the Matrix versus a Sentinel. And again, it represents, the clash between human free will and mechanistic control. And, bridging the gap between, man and machine. This, again, is also Benson from Regular Show. If you don't know, he's like the park manager. And he kind of like manages everyone. He's like grumpy. And he's always in a bad mood. But, he's literally a gumball machine. And that acts as a visual metaphor for like workplace stress, bottle up anger, and fragile control under like modern corporate pressures. And yeah, this is a bow and arrow. I guess I got inspired from the what was that Disney movie Brave? Yeah, gotten some inspiration from that. And I guess the bow and arrow back then, if you're thinking about like Greek mythology and stuff like that, it represents tension, bravery, identity. In the movie Brave, I forgot her name, but yeah, she did the archery battle herself because she didn't. She wanted to be like independent. She didn't want to depend on a man. I think it was like whoever gets the bow and arrow gets to like marry her or something like that. But yeah, she didn't want that, so she took it upon herself to like complete the trial. Yeah, that was also a nice Disney movie. They should make a sequel to it. I don't know. And next over here, this is what is it called? Oh yeah, Ultimate Echo Echo. That's from Ben 10, one of my favorite TV shows growing up. And yeah, it shows he's like a robotic machine, and it shows he defeated Kevin 11. If you don't know him, he's the antagonist. Ben is a protagonist. And yeah, man and machine. He's like a half robot. He could have how do I say this? He could have destroyed Kevin 11, but he chose not to. Gwen convinced him. Ben still had some humanity left in him, so he had to spare Kevin. And over here, this is Batman. Yeah, everyone knows Batman. He kind of like symbolizes, personal trauma. He's like, he shows, he has his one rule, he never kills anyone. And, yeah, Batman, the Dark Knight. Over here, this is Diamond Head. That's also from Ben 10. I think this is like one of the Ben 10 classics. or the first Ben 10, like the 2005 one. And Diamond Head is one of my favorite heroes. He's one of actually the strongest, like top 5, top 10 heroes. And he's like a crystalline substance. He can reflect. He can like defeat. He literally defeated Vilgax on his own. Like he's very strong character. This is a bird of nature. I believe this is a parakeet. He's like standing on like this wooden branch. Um, I don't know. I didn't color it, but yeah, it represents human nature. Birds are very social creatures, and yeah, I don't know why I drew it. This I think I already showed it before, but yeah, this was like the Death Note / Keith Haring inspiration. And then moving on, last but not least, is a monochromatic art. I drew a monochromatic piece using dark red, pinkish colors. It's a tree and mountain. Yeah, so this was a background. We used what was the software called? Pixlr back then. It's like an editing software. Yeah, I think I did this during. I think I did this during COVID. This was 2020. I don't know when I did this, but yeah, all the other stuff is probably from like 2021, 2022, something like that. But yeah, this was like a red color scheme, layering background. And it has like different tones. We were using the color wheel, so like it was like red, pink, and it represents nature, human nature, and yeah, silhouette. So like looking back across this like entire portfolio, if I had to choose like my favorite one, I mean, I don't know. They're all pretty good in my opinion. And yeah, I got a lot of inspiration from like TV shows, stuff like that, digital art, different multimedia stuff. And yeah, going back to my thesis, technology and media like constantly try to like program my thoughts. So like it's good to like escape through like human nature, stuff like that, you know. And yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to my art teacher Robert. He taught us a lot, and yeah, he taught me a lot about like printmaking, digital design, all that stuff. And I suggest everyone should take an art class like once in their life, whether in high school or college. Like try it out. You might learn a thing or two. Like art class is like very fun. It's better than dance or music. I mean, if those were our options, I chose art because like, yeah, it's not the easiest class, but you get to like draw stuff. You're like you have that focus. Yeah, you get to write your own narrative, and yeah, this was my art portfolio. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like it, and yeah, let me know what other videos you want to see. All right, thank you, and have a good day. Peace.